Okay, anybody coming forward? Let's start our session then. Good morning, everyone. And today we have with us esteemed guest, Shravanti. So let me introduce her. She is a firm believer in the art of possibilities and excellence and advocates everyone to own up, explore, and experience life with high passion as never before. Life is a gift. He asks us to live it. Sravanti has 19 years of corporate experience as a customer relationship management leader, customer experience advocate, and expert in pre sales and proposal management. She loves wearing multiple hats of a speaker, influencer, content creator, mentor, NLP practitioner, and as well as a coach. And she looks forward to guide people on life with abundance. Her key focus areas are helping students on education and to help them perform at their best, working with job seekers who are looking for jobs to crack interviews, guiding women on how to handle work and personal life balance, working with people on helping and to enhance the quality of their life as well as achieve big dreams. So we welcome you, Shravanti, to our Skilling on Saturdays. And we look forward to learn from your wisdom.
Thank you very much, Shivani.
Your voice is a bit low. Can you do something about it? Yeah, a little better.
Okay. Yeah, is it better?
Yeah, better.
Sure. So thank you very much, Shivani. Thank you, Rajkumar sir and Hirani sir, for this opportunity for me. This is a huge responsibility, taking a session or sharing knowledge. And thank you, Shivani, for the great introduction. So let me just share my screen now. Shivani, if you can enable it.
I'm putting you on a spotlight.
Sure. Can I share the screen?
Yes.
Yes, if you can enable the permission. So during this session, while Shivani enables the sharing, yeah, it is come. So my life has not been the same so far. So while I have discovered myself, discovered my voice, and started owning up my life, my message to everyone here is to embrace your inner potential, to identify what you are, and to take powerful ownership of your life. It's just not about the pride, it's not about money, but it's how human we are, right? And my humble request is, let us go for humanity. As Shivani mentioned, I'm a TEDx speaker. I've given a TED talk on igniting passion and living your life in your way. I'm also a LinkedIn top mentoring voice. I've got that recognition from LinkedIn recently. I'm an influencer and NLP practitioner. I'm working currently with Cognizant as a senior manager in CRM and pre-sales. It's my urge to let the world understand that we have to, each one of us has the potential to live our life and to live the way that we want with complete abundance. And I thoroughly believe life is a gift. It is for us to turn our life into the way that we want, living it very positively. So through this session, I would like to share my knowledge and wisdom that I've been gathering. Little of it, it's just a drop in the ocean. I've started getting little wiser, and on how we can lead our life. Everybody has our own way of life. Everybody's experience is different. At the same time, we should not get lost in the flow of life, right? And when I started discovering myself recently, there were so much of realizations that I got from life, and it is different for each one of us. At the same time, it is not stopping us to own up our life, right? So I would be covering some of those elements and few of the habits that I started picking up to ensure there is a lot of consistency and power within. So this is a brief introduction about what happened to me so far, how my life journey has been so far. So the childhood was amazing, beautiful parents, beautiful family. I consider my family as a gift. And at the same time, I lost my father when I was 6.5 years of age, right? And with the with a loving mother, a supportive brother, and a grandmother, we four were having daily struggles. There was no support for my mother, so from my dadi, who is my mother's mother-in-law. So it was an everyday challenge for us. Having said that, it is a gift that we were born to her and my parents. And I was studying in a convent school that let me have a fantastic education system. I was almost the topper in the school every year. I was a leader every year. Suddenly in class 10, when we had the exams of 10th class exams, while I was scoring 85% till then, I still continued my consistent studies. However, I noticed people who were way below me, average friends of mine who were average in studies, they went ahead of me. That was a shocker when, and I could not accept that I know I'm more potential. I know I'm a topper, but in the board exams, that is when 1 lakh students or 2 lakh students write the exam, that is when the marks are determined. But that I didn't realize that marks don't define me, right? However, I saw a loss in my confidence year on year for the next 4 5 years, and it took me a while to recover from that. Having said that, I wanted to become a doctor. I joined in the institute that provides the best training. It was a residential college. I struggled to live there, but however, I cracked. I tried for the entrance exam, right, the medical entrance exam that time, and I couldn't secure a seat in the medical college. But I didn't give up. I tried again, 1 more year, tried to study the subject and do it. However, I couldn't become a doctor. I couldn't secure the rank that was sufficient. That time we didn't have so many seats in the medical colleges, right? So my dream of becoming a doctor was just broken. It could be money was a problem that time. We didn't have sufficient funds, single parenting. My mother, though she had a government job, but it was very struggle for her to actually set the family in line every day, right? And or they could have been people who told her, why do you want to get her educated in a medical college? It's a lifelong learning. Just get her married and just let her go. Whatever be the reasons, I still feel those are still the reasons in a girl child education even now, which is moving out slowly, but still there's a problem in the ground level, right? And my dreams were broken. This actually got me into a disastrous phase. And then I decided, if not a doctor, an MBBS doctor, I don't want to get into any education. Like there was biotechnology, there was microbiology and all. I said, no, I'm just giving up. Right. And then I ended up doing BCA and MBA from reputed colleges. Life had to find some alternate. I had to find some alternate with life. So I compromised and then looked for what is the next alternate that I had. Right. And after the MBA, I got into an amazing job, which led me to travel to on-site way back in 2005. So I enjoyed life. I thought life has started happening to me. And but still that urge to become a doctor was deep inside me. I always felt it's just an alternate, and I was never satisfied with my life. Right. And then slowly marriage, two amazing kids, It's like a boys hostel. I have two boys, my husband, so I call it a boys hostel, right? And family has been very supportive for me. And during the process, again, there comes a time where you have all the potential to excel, to become that leader you want to be. But then the promotion, I couldn't get the promotion even after trying for 1 year. I tried various ways in which I can get the promotion. I bagged many deals, large deals for my organization. I was part of the pre-sales business development and still could not get. That again broke my confidence, because in spite of being a high potential person, in spite of being a person who is most wanted in the team, who is most trusted, who can be given most challenging projects, that promotion did not come to me. I was devastated like anything. I said, why me again? Right? Am I not eligible? I can see people who are lesser eligible. Probably they are eligible in their ways, but not as potential as I am. They getting the opportunity. That really broke me. And then that was the turning point of my life, I can say, where I started thinking, what is it for me? What do I really want to become? Wanted to become a doctor, could not get into it. Wanted to become a leader, could not become a leader. It was not that I didn't have the capability, but there was something I felt God was telling me, your path is different, or your path is unique. So I started discovering myself from then on. It's been 1.5, 2 years so far. And I started reaching out to mentors and coaches and see how I can transform myself. What is that I really want, right? And I can say it's like an abracadabra that happened to me, where I started discovering myself. Being a Piscean, the daydreaming comes very much naturally to me. But after having my dreams broken of not being able to become a doctor, I really never thought of what is that I want to become in future. Because I felt, okay, whenever I think of something, I won't become. That hit me so hard, right? And this experience is mine, but I'm sure each one of us has some or the other stories where I am connecting to each one of you. Let life not stop with your broken dreams. Take that as a learning. Life will start happening to you, right? And then that was the first time probably I started thinking again, okay, what is that I want to do? I know my potential. I know I'm capable of this. What is now in future for me? And from then on, I started taking a different route. I started understanding and reading books. That was probably the time that I started reading books. I used to hate reading books. Even in school library, I just could not. I was just praying to God, when will the library period be over? I just didn't like books. But now I'm falling in love with so many books, where they've given me so much of thoughts. With the help of my coaches and my mentors, I've been able to gather so much of new ideas and put them into action, right? So I started seeing myself. I literally, as in the image, I did a filmy avatar of myself and started seeing myself of what I want to become, and most importantly started working towards it. There are definitely failed dreams in that as well, because I never believed in myself that I could become something like that. But for those that I believed, like to become the customer experience leader, to handle large transformation deals, and when I saw myself like that, I got that promotion. Or when I saw I could become a TEDx speaker for myself, I could get that. So remember, visualization is one part, taking action and believing in yourself is the second part. And recently also, I saw myself as one of the top voices in LinkedIn. The poster behind me is my goal post. There is a badge that says top LinkedIn voice, and I've been very fortunate to get that as well. So it's like life has started happening for me, right? Visualization is one of the very key elements I saw for myself, that anybody can do anything, anybody can achieve anything. Stay positive and visualize yourself very powerfully. The change that happened because of this is, so far I was living in my past. I was always saying, oh, these people did so much for me. This, had it not been, I wanted to become a doctor, I could have become something else. We didn't have money. I'm not a leader, or whatever situations they are. If I didn't have money, why did my parents let me get into the medical education? So there were so many things. I was always living in the past. I was living with those bad experiences or broken dreams. I was just repeating in my mind. So actually, I was not living in the current reality, but I was living in the past, making it my current reality. So what actually changed during this transformation is, I started owning up my life, stopped being a victim of my circumstances, my experiences, my old beliefs, people and their thoughts, and actually took the compass of my life back into my hands. I said, okay, this is what I am. Now let me see how I can achieve my dreams, or let me see how I can help people. That is where probably even the urge to become a mentor, because I found that as an inner strength in me, and I was always willing to help people. I was always being there. If somebody comes to me and asks something, I was always being there to see how I can help them. So that is when I discovered, yes, this is the gift that I have. Now let me see how I can use it very powerfully to help people. And in that process, I started building up my future and started acting to it. There are key 5 realizations that I want to share to this audience. If I can realize for myself, you all can do it. And this is not something coming from the air, something coming from just my experience. These are all the thoughts or the beliefs of excellence in NLP. So when I did my NLP course earlier this year, I was actually surprised to see why I am unique like this, or why everybody is unique. And from then on, I started feeling that everybody is unique. Everyone has their own journey in life. We can't mix up two people's journeys in life and say, this is happening, this should also be. No, let's see our journeys in life as unique. Let's see what we want to achieve. Let's see what we want to offer. So some of those realizations that I had are, the mind is a very beautiful tool. The brain is a superb organ in our mind, in our body, which we often fail to realize, at least some of us. So whenever we start seeing, whatever we start thinking in our mind, it actually happens to all of us. I'll tell an example. One of my friend actually asked his wife to get adrak tea, right? Ginger tea with strong ginger in it. And his wife didn't hear the ginger part of it. She brought him tea and gave it to him. And when he had the tea, surprisingly, he could feel the ginger in it, and he enjoyed that tea like anything. And thanked his wife for the beautiful ginger tea that she gave, while she was surprised as well, saying, I didn't add any ginger in it. What had actually happened beautifully is, this person, when he thought of that ginger tea, he actually assumed and sensed, the brain, the subconscious mind actually sensed that ginger element, and it started releasing the enzymes of how happy or how satisfied it would be when he has the ginger tea. So mind is definitely a beautiful part. Visualization, meditation, possibilities, positivity, these all start happening if you start believing in it. On the contrast, why is the crime rate so high? Because those people believe in that crime. So it is a beautiful tool for each one of us to either use it in a positive way or to use it in a negative way. So mind cannot identify or differentiate between what is the real part of the ginger tea and what is virtual, because it already felt that ginger tea was there. It is essential for each one of us to let go of the past, start building a powerful future. Because the moment I started creating my future and started working in the present, I realized it opened a lot of opportunities for me. Rather than being a victim and brooding over the past, I started seeing how I can create my future. So let go of the past. I know it's not easy, but there are certain habits that will help us to let go of the past experiences, past situations, and people. And if we slowly start changing our mindset to see the future, to create the future, had it not been of Walt Disney or Shah Jahan or anybody else, we would not have had Disneyland or Taj Mahal or Apple iPhone. So, because of visionary people like them, they have built a beautiful future, and it applies to each one of us too. Third realization is prioritize yourself. From childhood, as part of probably the society, we all are made to think, no, do it for others, do it for others. Yes, you are there to serve others. But when you don't fall in love with yourself, when you don't prioritize yourself, when you don't see the needs for yourself, when you don't satisfy yourself, you can't create a beautiful future. As far as you are contented, if you prioritize yourself, set your habits, set your lifestyle, then you will be fulfilled, you will be abundant, and you will be able to share to others as well. So, see what habits you can pick up for yourself. How do you change yourself? If you want to change the world, the change has to start from within. What is the purpose in life that you want to live? These things help me understand it's not that after I retire, I start living a spiritual life. No, it is now I have to start inculcating those spiritual habits in me so that I can live my life with a purpose, so that my life is fulfilled. Goals and act on them. I started setting goals, and as I said, it is only when you make those goals your reality, that means you start putting them into action, that you start achieving goals. I wanted to become a doctor, but probably my preparation was lacking there. And now I realize, okay, if I want to see Dr. Shravanti, there are other ways also I can see as a Dr. Shravanti. I need not be an MBBS doctor. I can do a PhD. I can research in certain areas where I want, in my areas of interest, and achieve a PhD and become Dr. Shravanti again. So broken dreams can be achieved by alternate ways. This is a huge realization for me because it gave me achievement, a sense of achievement, a sense of purpose now, that okay, it's just Dr. Shravanti that I want to see now, right? So I'm happy to find alternate ways, right? So there I'm opening again, I opened myself for the art of possibilities. I really don't like when somebody says problem. There's nothing like a problem or a challenge. It's a perception in our mind that the way we see it, right? So everything has, if there's one problem, there are 10 solutions. It's for us to figure out how we have to see and the alternates and work towards them. I was also an excellent operational resource in my team, where people came to me all the time and said, okay, can we have Shravanti? I'm proud to say I have no escalations during my entire career so far, very little escalations for that matter. And that again led me to think and reflect on myself. Ki, why is that if I'm so excellent, why is that I'm not able to do or get to the next level? Next realization is believe in yourself. Yes, the moment I realized I my confidence broke in class 10, I said to myself, okay, because I didn't have the confidence in myself that I can achieve more marks. I remember crying to my brother saying, my cousin got more marks and I got less marks. While all through my academic performance, my cousin was scoring less marks. So I didn't have confidence in myself. And the moment I started becoming more confident, believing in myself, that is where I realized, yes, things are possible. And life started happening for me. As I said, power of visualization. Visualization also works if you believe in yourself. Only works when you believe in yourself. And these, as I said, NLP gave me, which is a scientific method, NLP actually gave me uh, the confidence. Yes, if my thinking has changed this way, it is not just like that. It is because of certain beliefs of excellence that are there in NLP. It was like my personal Bhagavad Gita, I can say, that I found so many answers to NLP when I did the practitioner course. So everybody has a unique method in the world. See what works for you. Something worked for someone doesn't mean it works for you. Does not also mean it doesn't work for you. But the sooner you discover why, what is your pattern, what is your lifestyle, it helps you to become excellent in it or alter your way. Respect the others model of the world. So when I realized I couldn't crack the medical entrance, then and the reason for it is, as I said, probably my preparation was not enough. Probably the course was very expensive. So I started actually focusing on the situation than being a victim or then blaming people for it. I used to think, oh, if my mother didn't have money, why did she actually get me into that stream? She could have told me that time. No, but probably life would have taken a different direction. So from the victim mode of blaming people, I started analyzing the situation. I started putting the emotion part of it aside and seeing people as they are. People are not their behaviors. For whatever reasons it is, that time the circumstance was that, that's why I didn't get the promotion. So as I said, again, from the victim mode, I started taking ownership of my life. I said, okay, let me do something differently that I can get the promotion. I stopped blaming people for it as well. And this is in sync with the above one where it says, yeah, behavioral are contextual. At that particular situation, whatever is the decision that has been taken, it's not probably because of the person, but it's because of the situation that person is. And everyone has the resources. So if you want to excel in life, if you want to achieve things in life, go with the belief that you have all the information necessary, go with all the resources necessary and do your best. Whenever we feel I don't have this, I don't have that, it's unsatisfactory. And how to take charge of life. So what, apart from NLP, I also picked up certain habits which kept me working, which keeps me going, right? And gratitude was one of them. Self-love. Self-love is, I started saying I love you every day. So instead of blaming myself, instead of thinking, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that, because there are many childhood behaviors that we pick up in ourselves, right? We are not loved to the extent that we want to be. We always look for happiness, look for love within others. But turn that light into yourself. Start loving yourself more. Start caring for yourself more, understanding yourself more. Meditate. Do what you want to do. Then you will see a whole shift in your perspective towards others in life. Because I feel I'm abundant now. I'm fulfilled now. And only I can give that sense of purpose for me. Gratitude. Yes, gratitude is an essential habit, because for whatever missed opportunities, for whatever opportunities that I am getting, I've got so far, whatever people, whatever situations, whatever things that I picked up, I'm really very grateful for them. There are many directions to reach a particular destination, right? So, and when you reach in one particular direction, you should also realize, oh, it's not like, oh, if there's traffic jam in this area, I'm getting delayed. If I've taken that route, I would have gone early. No, you don't know what is there in that route. So that's why be grateful that, okay, I'm in this journey. And because of these things, I learned so many things. Had it not been for that promotion, my life would not have taken this turn. So I'm also grateful for the missed opportunities, for the people who gave me hard experiences, because I know what the other side of the ocean or the coin is. Forgiveness. It's not easy to change our life, to change our perspective. Strong habit of forgiveness had helped me doing that. When I used to feel disappointed, I started writing letter. I, I used to write the letter for the situation or for the person and then tear it down or burn it. This is a habit I picked up from one of my mentoring sessions. And it actually helped me separate the emotion from the person or the situation. That that situation still makes me think sad or say that, okay, abhi ho gaya, so ho gaya. And coming to that level is, if you've not forgiven that situation, it's not that you can be happy, right? What I mean to say is, I'm not emotionally attached to several situations in my life now, or several people, or several experiences. I know that experience has happened to me. Now I feel grateful because it has happened to me. I've learned a lesson from it. So forgiveness is a very important tool for us to live our life in the way that we want, because I might be hurting somebody, but I know I'm doing correct. And now when I prioritize myself, I don't say it is selfish, but I say, okay, for some things to happen, I have to let go of certain things. Beautiful relationships. A rotten apple on one side, an apple that is rotten on one side, may shine on the other side, but how long will it shine? It can't be eaten because it becomes rotten. It smells. So it's not enough that you have beautiful relationships with one person, few people. No, it's the entire inner self that has to be beautifully out there for people to accept you as part of their life. So relationships play a very important role. And see how it's not about making the other person satisfied, but what is the experience you want to give to the other person? What is the outcome of that relationship that you want to have? Let's say if it's with my children, they see me as a strong support system. They see me as their inspiration. And if it's with in-laws, they see me as a responsibility. So every relationship has to be beautifully done, beautifully thought through, and prioritize the relationships as well. Sometimes it's okay to let go of those that are disturbing you, because it's not essential to bear that burden as a crucible in your life. Journaling has, again, it is for gratitude that I write. It is how I express my thoughts. And over the past 2 years, I've started writing and reflecting myself and putting my emotions and thoughts in it. So it is a way to express our pour out our ideas into the journal, and do it as a daily habit. My suggestion is, my tip I can say is, I put an alarm for myself whenever I want to pick up a habit. I put an alarm in my phone that reminds me, because we are into multiple aspects of life every day. We tend to forget many things. So use the phone as an important tool, set alarms and let the phone remind you. Then the guilt of me forgetting or the guilt of me not remembering for myself is gone. So these are some of the beautiful habits I picked up. There will be many more, and each one of you has their own habits. And I will also want to share the creative habits that I started doing. Um, I started writing on an A4 paper. What is that I want to pick up, right? I want to be kind. I want to be brave. I want to become a coach. I want to see magic happening in my life. So write down all that you want to see for yourself and put it on your board. read it every day, see it every day so that it starts internalizing. As I said, mind is a very powerful tool. Then I started understanding and realizing my purpose. Like if I say weight loss, then actually I put trekking as one of my areas because that gives me a sense of, okay, keeps me firm and focused on my goal. So similarly, there are other elements that you can put down, reading books, LinkedIn, many things. And whenever I see a beautiful poster, I create it with my hand. I put it in my thoughts. I put it again on the board for me to see and to internalize it. So these are some of the creative tips that I'm sharing for this beautiful audience. Probably pick up something or pick up everything and see how you can change your life. So as I come to conclude, it is a choice that we have every time in life. Be it with situations, be it with people, be it with what you want to achieve, how you want to own up your life. Every time life gives us a choice. Do you want to go? Do you don't want to go? Right? And so because of that, slow down and think for yourself. How do I decide on this? Or how do I put my thoughts? Right? And when I started visualizing and seeing things actually happen to me, I really believe more in Tathastu that we say, right? During marriages or during auspicious occasions in families, they say, don't speak anything negative, right? Because there are Tathastu gods, devatas there who will actually keep saying Tadastu, Tadastu. And whenever we speak something, that happens. So if it is a good thing happens. If it is bad thing happens. So that I started believing more. And now if I can do the magic for myself, each one of us, each one of y'all can also start doing that magic for y'all. So cast your own abracadabra, cast your own will, right? And as a firm believer of art of possibilities, every one of us can own up our life, can become that superwoman or superman that we want to see in our life, right? So identify what is that actually ignites you. What is that makes you get up every day out of bed, right? And just start doing it more passionately, with more energy. Passion is energy. It's not a feeling. It's beyond a feeling. It's energy that wakes you up at any point of time, and start owning up your life, or take it to a different level with more power. And I would like to conclude this with Maya Angelou's saying quote that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So for me, at the end, it boils down to what is that I want the other person to experience out of me, or to remember out of me. How is that I communicate or I reciprocate to the other person. I'm a emotional person, so I've seen emojis as a fabulous way to express my love, my gratitude to others. So like that, figure out how do you want the other person to remember you. That is very important in life, and start living that way. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shravanthi. So it was nice listening to your journey, how you developed yourself into what you are today from so much stressful situations that we all can resonate. We all face these situations sometime or the other, but then there is the belief, the hope that let us move forward in a positive direction. And once we start visualizing, once we start taking action, definitely we start seeing miracles happening in our lives. So that was the great takeaway for today. And I would request anyone who can share their aha moments or the takeaways that they learned from your story and how can they relate. So you all are most welcome to put on your questions, queries, or share your takeaways from the session. So we have a question from Mohinder ji. He's saying, you said you were always a daydreamer. Then how visualization made the paradigm shift?
Yes, yes. So, Mohinder, I was a daydreamer by birth. So March 1st, being Piscean, I always felt, yeah, Pisceans always daydream, right? They don't achieve their dreams. But as I said, I realized I didn't work enough to achieve my dreams. Dreams will always be there. Everybody wants to build Titanic. Everybody wants to build the Disney there. Everybody wants to discover or invent something. But only those who put it into action, who actually start working on those things. Like, let's say if I want to make a biryani, and the moment I think of biryani, biryani ban nahi jati hai, right? I have to see what ingredients I want. I want to see how do I should know how the recipe that I want. So we have to realize it's actions that actually help us achieve the dreams. So make your dreams into a reality, own up your life and start taking actions.
Definitely. So it is the belief and the action only when combined, it produces results. And I am glad to announce our next book that we are writing and launching next month. So it is the magical powers of gratitude, and what experiences in real life, what experiences we all experienced and am experiencing. So we have shared beautiful stories, and this 18 people and even more than 18 people have contributed towards the book. 18 people have written chapters on the book and shared their real life experiences. We are looking forward to release this book next month. And definitely, this is going to be a mind blowing book and a life changing book that will help all of us develop that unbreakable belief, which is also the subtitle of the book. So, looking forward to it. And we'll be sharing more details soon. Yeah, Alokji, you raised your hand.
Yeah, good morning. First of
Good
all,
morning.
I would like to start with a gratitude, a note of thanks to Shivani ji and all the persons who are behind this SOS group, because every Saturday morning it's a wonderful day with a wonderful speaker and a wonderful experience. Secondly, Dr. Shravanti, I really admire the way you take this note, because this is the first time I am seeing that running a presentation and saying and telling your story. You sing both the things so well that it was so refreshing, and everything that you spoke, we all could connect to. Actually, I could connect to it, because even I, in my journey, have been a average student, or maybe I can say that I have a lot of potential of or things that I can work on, but I don't, because of lack of confidence. I was lacking confidence. And as you rightly mentioned, that you might have different traits or different perspective, but if you don't work on them, or if you don't realize what hidden talents you might have, you are never going to achieve your true self, or reach to the maximum potential. Okay. So generally, usually I'm among the youth, the students, and guiding them on different aspects of life. So one question I have, uh, nowadays we see that this generation, this younger generation, and maybe maximum people are distracted, or they are not focusing on what they want to become in life. They are confused, rather, we can say. So how we can help them in reaching to clarity? Like, I've read Ikigai also, I work on it. Okay, you're also working on the passion and all. So my simple question is, how we can motivate people in finding their why and working on it? If you can give me some
Yeah, thank you, Alok, for actually calling me Dr. Shravanti. I'm on top of the world now. Thank you so much. Right. And as you said, yeah, finding up the passion is very important. I've discovered this as my passion, where I tried many things, right? For the past 5 years, I can say I was exploring life. So there was a point when my children, when my sons, they are beautiful Carnatic singers. So they started going to music classes before COVID. And then I said, okay, they had weekend classes. So then I said, okay, why not? Let me also go and join them, sit with them in the class. So I had to sit with them in 2 hours in the class and then come back with them. That way I was selfish. Being a working mom, I wanted to spend more time with them. So I said, this is an opportunity. Let me sing with them. Then I started singing. I had childhood music awareness. I was a music singer lover from childhood. So I said, okay, let me explore. And then Guruji, our sir, said, Madam, why can't you register for the examination that comes, so that you'll have some seriousness in the preparation process. So I said, okay, let me do a diploma in music. And then I started doing preparation. Aadha hua tha, pura nahi hua tha. So then sir used to insist, ma'am, you have to practice more, use the keyboard and practice. And because my sur is not, it's not in sur, it's not in the shruti that we say, it's besura, right? If I sing, people will run away. So then I started practicing, and then first year exam hua, somehow I was very good in writing theory, but practicals I terribly got plus marks, just 1 or 2 marks more the pass percentage, right? First year I've done, second year also I've started. I didn't prepare well, but I've done that. But I realized music is becoming very technical for me. I said, no, this is not something I want to do. I can't sing that rag and shruti and all. No, that is not my cup of tea. Then I explored again art. I was a painter, a drawing, an artist in my schooling. So I said, okay, let me explore art. Then I did mandala art. I enrolled for a course. I did mandala art. I said, how about becoming an art teacher? But I said, no, this is not something. I don't have probably so much patience. I always wanted to become a doctor or a teacher also in my initial days. So I said, no, this is not my cup of tea. Then in the parallel, what happened is I started mentoring people. I started talking to them. I started connecting with them. So I heard responses like, when you say something, I can relate to my story in life, right? As part of Wipro, my previous organization, I was associated through to an organization where I used to do voluntary mentoring. So then I realized, okay, this probably is something that is deep in me. Because as office colleagues also, when we used to sit for a coffee chat or a discussion, I used to give them ideas just like that, without any um, uh, without keeping it to myself. So I felt I was sharing ideas, they are growing beyond me. Maybe this is what is my inner calling. This is where probably I have to take the direction now. So for your question, Alok, when you said, how do we guide? We have to tell those people to explore life. It actually comes for us from our childhood societal barriers. Ye karo, uske baad ye karo, job karo. Job also, how much satisfied are we in a job? I felt I'm never a technologist to actually visualize so much of technology in myself. When they say think of the big picture, draw the architecture, I used to always struggle. So then I felt, my direction is different. I'm going in a direction, but maybe my destination is different. Then actually I started turning and then seeing, I explored some of the opportunities. And so it's like, explore yourself. Unless you try out different ways, you won't get that exact biryani that you wanted, right? So explore life, discover yourself. I also did dancing, and then I said, okay, why can't I become a dance teacher, or why can't I learn dance? But nahi yaar, abhi to ho gaya.
So thank you, Shravanti. We have some wonderful comments coming from our audience. And Vasudevji is saying, wonderful session, Shravanti madam. Really enjoyed the way you shared the different examples of doing things and bringing thoughts into action. Then we have a comment from Prithvi. Wonderful, Shravanti. Its journey is inspiring and admiring. We can start at any time of our life. We can rebuild our dreams with taking actions and owning our lives and dreams. And then we have comment from Pinaki. My learning from you today, all said and done, passion is energy. Follow my passion, and energy flows where attention goes. Then Rajkumar sir is visualizing yourself into a words-based presenter, and this is the best quality he possesses, to visualize everyone as the words-based person in the field they are working. So thank you, sir. Would you like to add on your views?
See, Sravanti, good morning to all
Good morning, sir.
friends. The way you have explained, I joined very late, but the richest benefit I got of the apple. The life has to be balanced in all aspects. The relationship has to be balanced with everyone. Then only we will be, the phrase which I use, we will be dancing in the sky. And the richest learning is a passion. No, we have been hearing about it, but how much we work to find out passion, that Simon Sinek book start with why. Why I am doing what I am doing. So thank you for all the sharings. I am personally benefited a lot. It has ignited my passion and I will work on that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. This is very valuable.
And thank you to Shivani. She is single-handedly working on this Saturday, this thing. Though there are two names added with all humbleness, mine and Haresh Irani. But she is a, firebrand woman leader. And the gratitude work, the book also, she has taken the leadership. So I'm very lucky to be associated with her. Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you, sir.
So, we have a comment from Somita. This is scrolled up. Just give me a moment. We have a comment from Somita that she's finding passion is like peeling onion peels layer by layers and exploring fail and move forward. Definitely, Somita. Some wonderful comments coming our way. And Kalpana is congratulating all of us. Thank you, Kalpana. And I would like to share the book cover that we just released on 21st on the occasion of World Gratitude Day. So this is the book we are bringing next month. And I hope it has impact. It can impact many people's lives as we share the real life stories and the benefits of staying in gratitude. So this is something we are looking forward to. Thank you. So any of your thoughts are welcome.
I think there's a question from Nirupama.
Yeah, I'm checking the chats.
Sure. And thank you all for the amazing love that you're pouring. Thank you so much. I feel very powered today. I have another session, but I got all my energy now.
So it's always just give me a moment. I'm scrolling the chat.
Yeah.
So, Nirupama, can you put your or you can unmute and speak also?
Yes, I would love that. Nirupama, if you can.
Yeah.
Alokji,
hi,
thank
Sumita.
you.
Hi, Shravanti.
Hi, Nirupama.
Okay. Go ahead, Nirupama.
Yeah, I left a long chat. So, yeah, it's amazingly that you took us through the story of your childhood. And it's a very interesting way to start the session. The way you took us through is a very, very nice opening start. I mean, it can keep the audience, very glued to what you're going to say and, where it all started. So the way you started right from being a little Shravanti, a baby Shravanti till now. So it kept our mind blank, not assuming anything about what's going to come in future. Let's go with the flow. So that's how it started. So I'm very happy to be from the very beginning and not missing out the beginning of the session. So there, the way you put across the story, I was able to see that little girl there with mother, father, and you said supporting brother and granny, and the loss in your life at the age of 6.5. One who's always a topper, leader, everything, it's just going like, slideshow in front of me even now. So that's the way that, even after we leave the session, that impact is on me, that I can remember this seat. And I somehow thought, eventually you have won a medical seat, but then I came to know in your story that, It's
Yeah.
after marriage and then the promotion where you didn't get on time, and that is when, you know, that resentment in life is what made you change, and that is when you started thinking that, you know, oh, why is it like this and what can be done, how can you take actions. And that's a very nice, I mean, I personally feel that's a very good point and good time of your life, that where you thought, because as a mother, even I feel if we don't become strong, how would we raise our children? Okay, you spoke about the two boys and the loving husband, and that is when, you know, no matter what the resentment happens in life, it is we, like you said, we have to balance as a daughter-in-law, as a wife. You mentioned a name for that. I mean, when we are talking about beautiful relationships in the 5 powerful habits, so we have beautiful relationships in all the ways, and the turning point after marriage that you've taken decision is what I actually loved it, and it can resonate with all the married women, because marriage is not end of our passion. And if you are true to yourself, no matter when, like, you can take action anytime. Like even Prithvi even rightly mentioned in his chat. So everything was nice. I mean, good to know about your transformation. It came only because of your own self-realization, which was hitting you from inside of your mind. And very happy to know the TEDx achievements that you've got and the recognition that you've got. So that's a very happy news for you and the family for sure. And you should be proud of it. NLP being a turning point in your life, undoubtedly, I would say yes, because I have also learned NLP and I'm still learning. My practitioner has done masters and now I'm also doing TTT in that. NLP is truly something everyone should go through in their life. And I also recommend this to my children, because my mentor says anyone who is 13 years and above can do it. So this is my pipeline for my children as well. And yes, and congratulations to you for what you are today, and you have a lovely family. So stay blessed, and thank you so much for taking this session for us. And though we know a few of the things, but the way you put it across to us is very nice and happy. So somewhere on the journey of your life, I wanted to know that if you have any gratefulness for your mentors, and if you want to share gratitude to any of your mentors. And since we also touched upon the topic of book, any one book that you would share that would change your perspective of life, and gratitude for your mentors. So whom would you, I'm sure that a lot of mentors are not necessarily where we enroll a course and go. Mentors can be a husband, can be friend, can be anyone. So anyone that whom you're grateful for, at least 3 people. So is what I wanted to know. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nirupama. Thank you for summarizing. I'm glad I'm able to add value to so many people. So coming to mentors, I would also add my coaches there. So it's Shilpa Kulshrestha and Kapil Kulshrestha, who were actually the game changers in my life. While I was going with the flow recently, right? It's like, okay, ye banna hai to ye karo, ye banna hai to ye karo. They helped me discover myself. It's like, what is Shravanti made up of? They helped me understand that, right? So that is where I realized, yeah, I have this huge potential in me to change the game in a different direction, from corporate to helping people, right? And because of them, I got the courage to say, let me change the direction in my life. So having said that, I'm just conveying here that I'm stepping out of the IT and then becoming a full-time mentor and coach now. So that courage would not have come had it not been for them, right? And then, so also would like to thank Rajesh Bhatt, who is the founder of Iron Lady. So had it not been because of him and Iron Lady community, I would not have got that promotion. So he helped me give those powerful ideas of visualization, which I didn't know existed so far. That's when I started acting on that. And then that's when I actually discovered, okay, if this person or this particular methodology is working, what is the science behind it? That's when I saw there's something called visualization and started living in it. Actually, it's like, I say, it's like a filmy scene, right? Unless the actor feels that he's that character in life, that he won't play a full role to his life or to the movie. So I started actually wearing that throne and then putting that this thing and then seeing myself like that. So these 3 are powerful game changers in my life, to where it's going to take a different direction now. And the books are definitely The Magic of Thinking Big. That has been a so much eye-opener for me. It's like, okay, now I know the mantra. How do I do it, right? Okay, if this is not working, it didn't work, but now let me see how I can make it work. So that book has given me a lot of openings again for calling my opportunities and for creating beautiful space for me. So Magic of Thinking Big, I urge everybody to read it, and whatever has happened in life is okay. I mean, let's not sit there anymore. Right. Also, having said that, relationships, that was again touched upon by Rajkumar sir as well as you. There will always be thorns for a rose, but if you want to enjoy the rose, start seeing the smell of it. Don't get lost in the thorns. Right. See the rose, enjoy the rose. So that is where beauty of life lies. If I say complaining, if I keep complaining about everybody in my life, there will be nobody left. But maybe let me just remove the magnifier from them, identify what the beauty of that person is. I say me and my husband are contrast. Actually, we go in different directions. He's a thinker, I'm an action taker. But if I see that as negative, we won't end up anywhere. We complement each other. So every relationship, identify how you can complement each other and live in a beautiful way. Right. So this is it. And thanks, Nirupama, for those questions.
Lovely to know.
So
Thank you for
Kalpana is
sharing
saying
once
just
again.
started reading this book, and I would like to add that this book has literally has power to transform anyone's life, and this book is the only book that transformed myself as well. And the other one big book is the magic book. So both these books are literally life transforming for each and every one of us. We just need.
अगर आपका बुक का प्री ऑर्डर है तो मुझे बता देना. I will definitely
We are
pre-order your
not
book.
planning for pre-order. We will directly launch.
Definitely, I will be the.
Publishers suggested that it's not a viable option, and readers want book instantly. They don't want to wait. So
Wait. Yeah.
launch it directly next month. So looking forward to it. Anyone else want to share something? Or shall we close? And I'm amazed to see all the audience sticking till last. Nobody left in between. And that's a great, that these sessions, that feels great that these sessions are really delivering value and value addition to each and every one of our lives. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in and making these sessions successful. We look forward to bring more great speakers and even social media influencers, YouTube influencers who can guide us on these journeys. So stay tuned, and we are committed to serve you the best. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all. Thank you, Shivani. Thanks. Bye.
Pinaki is saying Jug Jug Jio team as well. Thank you, Pinaki.
Thank you, Shravanti. Before we end, can you tell the meaning of Shravanti?
Yeah, sorry. Shravanti is flow, actually. And during my childhood, I used to think it's flow of flow of tears. Whatever I had, I used to cry a lot. But now I see it as flow of energy. I remember telling my mother, why did you name me Shravanti? I mean, it's flow, but I don't know what that flow is. I used to call myself as Indira Priyadarshini. I used to love that, looking at Indira Gandhi ji. And now I'm very proud of my name, actually. Because
So,
I see it as
you were talking about visualization, and Alok called you doctor. So that is what we learn every day in visualization. That and Dr. Rajkumar sir is here already. He calls himself the president of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India in 2025. So that is what he visualizes, and we all learn from him. And best of luck. You'll definitely become a doctor one day. I mean, even if it is a PhD.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Keep visualizing.
Yes.
And may your flow be the divine flow,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, and
Makes-
lovely name. Sorry to interrupt, Shivani.
Yeah, yeah.
You can complete later. You've got a lovely name, and you said that you did cry a lot in the beginning, and you didn't feel good. Let me tell you, crying is the best way of paying gratitude to someone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Narenji, for adding your views. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. Stay tuned for next Saturday.
Thank
Goodbye.
you. Bye.
And have a nice weekend.